Lindsay up to see us. Good morning. Morning, Fort Scott.
Good morning.
Thank you, Jackson. Welcome, everybody. I am Bailey Lyons. I'm on the Chamber Board and also the Community Foundation Board. And on behalf of both organizations, I'm thrilled to welcome you this morning. It is a wonderful turnout as usual. This is one of my favorite Chamber coffees of the year because we get to celebrate all the wonderful organizations that are at work in Fort Scott. And of course, the Community Foundation, that's a wonderful conduit with those organizations. So thank you for taking your time this morning to be here. If you've never been to a Chamber coffee, we start with announcements, dollars for the Chamber. So, well, actually, do you want to do visitors and guests? Sure. Okay, any first-time visitors or guests this morning?
We'll start off. Matt Glover with men's basketball over at the community college. One of our players we brought today.
My name is Evan McCormick. I'm from Seattle. I'm a redshirt freshman this year.
Welcome. Welcome to Fort Scott.
Thank you.
Any other visitors or guests this morning? You're pointing this way.
Chris Garzone, principal at Winfield Scott.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Nicole Gilmore, assistant principal.
All right. Others, I see lots of new faces. Don't be shy. Nobody else? Okay. We are going to do dollars for the Chamber announcements. You are a quiet group. Okay. All right.
Hello, Kurt Sharp, the Gordon Parks Museum. Just want to say thank you to all the donors, the business owners, the sponsorship that we received for the Gordon Park celebration that we have just experienced October 3rd to the 5th. It was a wonderful event, very successful. We had people from all over the nation were here, and especially the state of Kansas, and we had a lot of representation from folks here in Fort Scott. So thank you so much. Everyone truly had a blessed time, and it was a blessed event, and we thank you for that great opportunity. So save the dates for next year. For our 22nd annual celebration, it's going to be October 2nd through the 4th. So we're hoping to be even bigger and better. Thanks.
Thanks to Kirk for all you do. Congratulations on a successful event.
Yes, hi. I'm Dina Betts, and I'm the community liaison for Core Community, and we have our first annual Core Fall Farm Fest this Saturday out at the Shed Farm. We're so excited. We've got so many vendors that are signed up to be there. We have pony rides and corn pits and activities for the kids. Lots of animals and games. So admission is only $5, so we really wanted to make it affordable for the whole community to come out, learn who CORE is, and support our organization as we've just hit a year in being in Fort Scott and Bourbon County. And so we just ask that you come out and support us.
Thank you. Looks like you're going to have good weather, too.
Yes.
Kelly?
I'm Kelly Perry with Carrie's Pork Rinds in Bronson, and we are going to be holding our second annual Heat Honor Meals. We did it last year, and we offer active and retired emergency personnel and servicemen and women. You can come to the store and get a free brisket meal and dessert, and you don't have to show anything or anything like that. Your family can come with you if they choose to purchase a meal, but last year we were able to serve 58 veterans, and so it's just our way of giving back. Our parents and grandparents have served, so we wanted to just honor people. So on Veterans Day, that's what we're going to do from 11 to 2. And you can pre-sign up just to make sure you get your plate, or Thaddeus tends to overcook, so we should have enough.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
This one knows who I am. Oh my goodness, there's so many people here this morning. There are probably a few that probably don't know me. My name is Carol, and I work at Briggs. And I announced last week that the November theme is going to be Trucktober. And if you've driven by the dealership, we've got trucks all over the place. We've got a really, really great inventory. We're doing great deals on them. And I have to say too, if you like silver, black, or gray, come see us. We can get other colors, but our north lot is just full of black, silver, and gray trucks. And as you know, we've got 8 brands, so it's one-stop shopping. If you're not sure just what you want, we're the one to come to because you can try them all under one roof. Come see us. We're glad to have you for business, and we love turning those tax dollars over to the Fort Scott City.
Thank you.
Thank you for your business.
Any other announcements? Hello. Thank you.
I'm Jasmine Winningham. I'm the director of nurse at Credo Senior Living here in Fort Scott. We have independent living and 3 tiers of assisted living and a memory care. Tuesday, October 29th from 11 to noon, we are doing with Girard Medical Center a stroke and breast cancer awareness event. So come out, there'll be some refreshments. We have 2 nurse practitioners and one of their people coming to talk about 3D mammography, so come and see us. And if you have any seniors, we do senior size at 10 o'clock with Corey every Wednesday and Friday. So send some of your family out to get healthy with us.
So, thank you. Anybody else? No? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Del Parks with the Pioneer Harvest Fiesta, and we just finished a couple of weeks ago our show, which was a great success. And we will be having our monthly meeting tonight. So if anybody wants to find out what we're all about or join us, please come on out. It'll be at the Bourbon County Fairgrounds in the Yeager Building at 7:30 tonight. So we'd love to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? When's the first home game? November 1st. Go out and watch the Greyhounds. Okay, Lindsay, do you have chamber announcements?
Yes. Before we start the grants, we're gonna do a test because we wanted to for sure have everybody on Facebook World hear our grant awards. So we'll do a testing in a minute. But I'm Lindsay Madison with the Chamber. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to everybody that'll be getting award today from the Fort Scott Area Community Foundation. Some upcoming chamber events. One, our Halloween parade is coming up the last Saturday of October. We usually expect around 600 kids plus their families. So if you are a business on Main Street, we would love for you to hand out candy. If you are not physically located on Main Street and want to be assigned a spot to hand out candy or coupons or other items to the kiddos, just let us know. This is Leslie with the Chamber. She's making a map of all the locations, so just holler at us. And then our holiday open house is another big event we're working on, which is November 7th through the 9th and is one of the biggest nights for our local retailers. So save the date for that on Thursday, November 7th. So
Thank you. Well, with that, you are all here for the award ceremony, so I will turn it over to the Community Foundation Board Chair, Becky Turtelot.
Good morning.
right.
Good morning.
Try it again.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, all of you, for coming and taking the time to not only celebrate all the grants that we're giving out in the community, but just maybe learn a little bit about the foundation this morning. So I want to start out by telling you that the foundation was originally conceived in 2007 by a group of community-minded folks here in Fort Scott who wanted a way to make the community better in perpetuity. And so when funds are given, donations are made to the Fort Scott Area Community Foundation, those funds are invested, and the grants that we're able to make today are basically what we're earning on interest in our investments. And so the fund stays intact so that we continue to give grants for years and years to come. And it's a mix of individuals like you and I that might make donations, and then we also have some folks who choose either through their estate planning or their wills to leave a legacy gift to benefit the community. Our first grant today is actually made possible by the John and Pat Neff family fund here at the foundation. If you know anything about the Neffs, or if you've heard that name, they were longtime supporters of medical care in Fort Scott through Mercy Hospital. And then once Mercy left, they moved those funds to the Community Foundation. So our first grant today is being awarded to Bourbon County EMS for the purchase of a Power Pro powered ambulance cot. That is going to provide a hydraulic system that helps them raise and lower that cot at the touch of the button, which obviously is much, much better for our EMS personnel that already work so hard. Will help them reduce injuries, improve the experience, great patient care. And so please join me in congratulating the Bourbon County EMS. Terry, I'm going to ask. Also, I know everybody has things to do today, but if you can stick around till the end, we'd like to get everybody with the group picture at the end. So,
and if you want to smile once for Tammy with the tribute, and then I'll take some on behalf of the foundation.
I should also fail to mention, we are actually giving, so through the generosity of all of our community, $77,591 total is what we're giving away today. So that's a great amount. Our second grant goes to an organization here in Fort Scott that provides financial assistance to those affected by cancer through the use of gas vouchers, groceries, utility bills, rent assistance, and more. They provide meals, they help with lawn work, they take people to appointments. They really serve a great need in our community, and so this grant goes to the Care to Share support group of Bourbon County. Thank you. Our next project is out in the county. This project focuses on enhancing the sustainability and aesthetics of the local park in Bronson through the replacement of outdated picnic tables. They're using environmentally friendly picnic tables to revitalize the park and improve that for the entire community. And so we are awarding a grant to the city of Bronson for their park renovation. Our next project aims to educate and empower children in pre-K through 5th grade on fire prevention and safety. By providing engaging, age-appropriate educational materials, the fire department will seek to instill lifelong safety habits and reduce the risk of fire-related accidents among young children. Funds will be used to develop, produce, and distribute materials to schools and daycare facilities. They will also hold a community event as well in an attempt to reach out to the wider community to provide fire safety. So please join me in congratulating the city of Fort Scott. Another thing to know about the City of Fort Scott grant is you do have the option as a fund, if you have a family fund or a community or a specifically designated fund, to choose how you want those funds designated. And so the City of Fort Scott grant is one that is made possible through the generosity of the Shepherd Family Foundation. And so we appreciate their generosity in helping make those happen. Our next grant will go to Core Community of Bourbon County for training of their staff and volunteers. They are going to be able to partner with an education service out of Hutchinson who will provide hands-on training for staff and volunteers, including coaching, in-person visits to the citizens of Bourbon County, which is a trauma-informed class, and other training materials. And that will not only benefit Core Community, but allow them to help train folks in our community, including teachers, first responders, clergy, and many others to get training and become more trauma-informed. So congratulations to Core Community. Our next grant provides healthful sleep to Fort Scott area children in need. The DBLO Association provides healthful sleep to Fort Scott area children in need, and they have been tracking that since 2020. They have distributed a total already of 2,057 beds to children in our service area. So think about that. That's a lot of beds to children who did not previously have them. This year's grant will allow them to purchase 40 twin beds, mattresses, blankets, and pillows. They get a whole package, including a stuffed animal and a children's book. And so please join me in congratulating the DBLO Association. Okay, our next grant is another one of our funds, the First Christian Church Fund. The First Christian Church, when they dissolved, they took their financials and their congregation made a determination to donate those to the foundation so that the First Christian Church name would continue in perpetuity. And their first grant today is being awarded to the First United Methodist Church for feeding families in his name. If you know anything about the feeding families, they feed, what's the number, Bonnie? About 300 to 400 people. 486 last night. Free meals to people in the community who need those on Wednesday night. And they had a freezer that failed. And so this grant goes to replace a 3-door freezer that helps them store all the supplies that they need to make those meals every week for the folks in our community. Congratulations to the Methodist Church. Our next grant is going to some young people we have in the audience today. This is enhancing player safety through helmet reconditioning, and the grant is being made to the Fort Scott Tigers Youth Football League. Football helmet reconditioning is essential because it ensures that the helmets are effective at protecting players from head injuries. Over time, the helmets can degrade due to impacts and general wear and tear. And so this grant will allow them to recondition those, keep them in operating condition, and protect the safety of our young players. So please join me in congratulating the Fort Scott Tigers Youth Football League. Our next grant is being awarded to Fostering Connections. Fostering Connections is developing free family fun events to help strengthen the relationship within the foster and adoptive family, help them make memories together, and allow families to bond by providing enjoyable events for the whole family, including things like movie theater nights, pool days, and visits to the local pumpkin patch. This will increase the bonding that are sometimes tough to foster, or is sometimes tough as foster children enter the family, and help them provide family experiences and create some lifetime memories. Congratulations to Fostering Connections. Our next grant, also going out to benefit Bourbon County. Part of the Fort Scott Area Community Foundation is not just Fort Scott, but we're making sure we're taking care of Bourbon County as a whole. The Friends of Mapleton Association has been awarded a grant to help them upgrade. They have a single public restroom in the community center volunteer fire department that does not meet ADA requirements. It is also the safe place in the event of a community emergency, such as a tornado, extreme heat, or cold. And this grant will allow them to become ADA accessible. Congratulations to the Friends of Mapleton. Our next grant is being awarded to help purchase and install informational storyboard displays at the new commemorative park honoring the historic AME Church, where the church once stood at 301 South Loman. The informational panel signs will honor and give tribute to the Wayman Chapel AME Church. It will be a tribute to the historic and oldest Black church in Fort Scott, Kansas, that was established in 1866. If you have happened to drive by 301 South Loman, you've seen there's been quite an effort already. Lots of people have pitched in. There's some new concrete there. There's a new pergola there. And so the signs that will depict history, major timeline events, and honoring pastors of the church and its historical impact, the grant will make all that possible. And this grant goes to the Gordon Parks Museum Foundation.
I want to make sure all the board and committee members are part of this too.
Our next grant is also made possible through the fund of the First Christian Church Foundation. This grant goes to KBC, Kansas. It is for Christmas for Youth in Foster Care. When a child enters foster care, oftentimes they arrive at the office or foster homes with little to no clothing or personal items. Although foster parents cover the cost of meeting their emergency needs, the Department for Children and Families will reimburse foster parents for a portion of their expenses and would like to help take the burden off of families by providing Christmas gifts for Fort Scott Youth in Foster Care. Please join me in congratulating KBC Kansas. Our next grant is going to support the recruiting and then additional program support for the Ozark Trails Council Boy Scouts of America. This will allow them to continue with their Hooked on Scouting event, which is how they help recruit Cub Scouts and their families, and learn a little fishing along the way, and also provide some camp assistance throughout the year. So please join us in congratulating the Ozark Trails Council Boy Scouts of America. Our next grant is being awarded to Sparkwheel. Sparkwheel is sparking success for Fort Scott middle and high school students. They are a multi-level evidence-based program where they have student support coordinators inside the school to help students on their path to success. They have a three-tiered approach: universal, targeted, and intensive, and it's all available to enrolled students at no additional cost. They work together. Their case managers work together to create a student success plan, develop intentional relationships with family caregivers in the student's life, and then check in with those parents and caregivers on a periodic basis to talk about progress and goals, helping build a solid foundation for these students for the future. Please join me in congratulating Sparkwheel. Our next grant is also made possible through the generosity of the Shepherd Family Fund. This grant is being awarded to the Special Olympics Kansas, and they will work with Bourbon County schools and athletes to provide supplies for the Special Olympics program, to provide medals for those competing, and inclusion materials such as books, banners, and toolkits, and some additional competition equipment. Congratulations to the Special Olympics. I know all of you are familiar with a very unfortunate event that occurred in 2022 when the St. Mary's Catholic Church burned to the ground. When that happened and the total rebuild became necessary, they had to demolish the playground so that utility lines could be run and they could move forward with the footprint of the church. The students went all of last year without a real playground, and they have been playing in the back parking lot. and an adjacent open field. So this grant will allow them to begin to rebuild that playground so that they have a proper way to run, play, and enjoy themselves. So please join me in congratulating the St. Mary's Catholic School. Our next grant, also provided by the Shepherd family, is being awarded to TFI Family Services to help Southeast Kansas teens in care become adults. This funding will help provide programming when teens begin to age out of foster care. That starts as early as age 14. So they host meetings each month for children in foster care to teach them life skills needed in order for them to become healthy, productive adults, help them to be self-sufficient and learn how to live before they have to go out into the community. Please join me in congratulating TFI Family Services. Our next grant, also made possible through the First Christian Church, goes to the Beacon. And I know many of you are very familiar with what the Beacon does. They serve a huge need in our community. And as you can imagine, they have also felt the pain of the significant increases we've seen in food pricing, right, Dave? According to the USDA, the Consumer Price Index for food increased 20% just from between March and April. So it's a huge need for them. And so with this extra funding, they will be able to provide some food security for many people in our community. Please join me in congratulating the Beacon. Our next grant is being awarded to Tri-Valley Developmental Services. Tri-Valley Developmental Services is going to provide they're developing a 10-week curricular intervention program that will focus on skill building for adults with disabilities in developing healthy relationships and boundaries. This will help them learn the social skills needed to develop meaningful relationships and to prevent violence in partnered relationships. Please join me in congratulating Tri-Valley. Our next grant is being awarded to USD 234 in our kindergarten group. They have developed a curriculum for their kindergartners that involves a walking tour of our historic Fort Scott area. They come downtown, they learn to explore businesses, they go to Hedgehog, Papa Don's, the Museum of Creativity, and they get to take a ride on the trolley. And these are important activities to kind of get them out in the community. And we are being joined, I think, by the principal and the vice principal. So please join me in congratulating USD 234, the kindergarten group. Thank you. Our next grant goes to USD 234 for the Sunshine Cart. This is a project, it's tough work to be an educator today. And so as part of the Sunshine Cart, they go around on Fridays and they have snacks and drinks, just something to help relieve a little stress for our educators. And that will continue this year, help boost the morale and show the educators how much they are appreciated. Please join me, Jenny, I think you're doing that. Congratulations to you 234 again. Our next grant is going to USD 234 to the first graders. for a grant for bringing theater to life. This will allow them to experience theater and community trips. Students will use these experiences to bring life to characters and jobs by dressing up. Teachers will relate the dress-up clothing to the literature and the programming and allow characters in stories to come to life. The jobs they will see during their community experiences will allow students to use the clothing to act out workers in the community. This will enhance the learning for all. Please join me in congratulating the first grade group at Woodford Scott. And our final grant today is being awarded to USD 234 for community-based interactive instruction and healthy snacks. This provides special needs students and two peer models the ability they go to a local grocery store, they learn how to assist in selecting healthy snacks, they teach them to comparison shop, how to locate items, and different social skills if they would need to ask for help with the purchase. They even learn to read traffic signs and signals while they're in the car traveling to and from. Having healthy snacks available contributes greatly to the students' physical well-being and their emotional health. Please join me in congratulating USD 234. That is all of our grants for today, but I want you to mark one more thing on your calendar before you leave. Tuesday, December 3rd, we will have our second annual match day. And this is a day where when you make contributions to the Fort Scott Area Community Foundation, we really have the ability to take great impact from that because we can match through the generosity of our partnership with the Patterson Family Foundation up to $25,000. Dollar for dollar of the donations that are made on that day. So you're going to be seeing more about it. You'll see some signs around town. We have a website where you can go on that day to make your donation or to drop them at the chamber. But that day really enables us to continue to expand our reach in Fort Scott and Bourbon County and continue to fund many programs like the grants that you saw received today. I would also like to take a minute to recognize our board. These folks volunteer and work tirelessly helping us raise funds, selecting grants, reviewing. And so if you are on the board, will you raise your hand really quick? I don't want to miss anybody. David Shepard, Carla Farmer, Kirk Sharp, Greg Motley, who actually chairs our granting committee, Bailey Lyons, Lindsay Madison. Did I miss anybody? So thanks to this group who puts in a lot of time and effort to make sure all these grants are able to be given with help generating funds and getting the word out in the community. Thank you all for coming today. If I can have representatives from each group, if you want to be in the picture, we'll cram everybody in with the big check. Anything else, Lindsay, you have?
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming as well. And next week's coffee, as far as we know, is at Sleep In. But stay tuned for your information as we are confirming that with them. So thank you.